First of all, greetings from my big red chair. I'm on the road at the moment, so I'm in a hotel foyer and it might be a little bit busy in the background, a bit noisy, so my apologies in advance. I'm really pleased to welcome you to this clinic on the Hatch Award. The Hatch Award is one of our flagship awards for Dance Ireland. It's an opportunity to invest in time, in space, in taking that moment to consider your practice, to consider your research, to invest in you. And it's my favorite award that we do. I'm always open about that because I feel that it is one that connects each other, connects us with each other. It feeds us as an organization. We learn from everybody's experiences. And I think it also fills a need that's not met within the existing funding cycle as well. So the award has three levels. And the first award is the Mentoring Award, which is for early career artists. And Louise is going to talk a little bit more about the span of it in detail later on. And that is a €500 award for the artist. That's for you, for your time to invest in mentoring. It's not to pay for fees, it's for you. Again, this is what we're talking about, buying time and that precious commodity it can be for us. The second award is the Artistic Research Awards. This is for established artists. And this is where you have a career, you have been making work, you have an understanding of who you are as an artist, and you have a rare opportunity with this award to take time to research something, to invest and reflect on your practice, to really, sort of, I suppose, nourish yourself as an artist as well. And the third award is the Creative Production Award. And that's the root of this award, really, is investing in ambition as well. And that comes with 2 weeks of space and €8,000 for a mid-career or established artist to develop a new work. This originally was a production award, and as the sector has evolved since 2020, we evolved this award in response, recognizing that actually there is a need for this kind of investment in artists' time, this kind of investment in developing practice, this kind of investment in reflection and considering where you are in your career. And we want to make this available. So we're really proud to be able to increase the award for the creative production this year in response to rising costs and to kind of maintain the consistency of this award year on year. At the end of the year, we ask all of the artists to come together for a sharing, and we usually close the year with this sharing. And that is about peer-to-peer learning, sharing, opening up practice, engaging, connecting, deepening connection with each other as well. So Louise is going to talk through some of the FAQs, all of the details, but I'm happy to answer any questions at the end that you might have about this as well. So this is we will be launching our new strategy at the end of next month. You watch your inboxes for that information. And this is a really central award to what we're going to be doing in terms of our strategic direction as an organization moving forward. So really excited to launch it at this particular time and look forward to hearing your responses to our call for expressions of interest. Over to you, Louise.
Thank you, Sheila, and hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us here today. I am going to run through some of the frequently asked questions, maybe some things that have come up before, some things I thought I'd highlight, and of course there'll be plenty of time for you to ask questions as well. As Sheila said, we're increasing the Creation Award to 8,000. This is just to reflect rising costs, and so we can maintain the integrity of the award. That comes for the Creation Award. That comes with also 2 weeks in our large studio, Monday to Saturday. So it can be quite an intensive period. So it's for you to think about how that could seed and incubate a new idea or bridge between kind of research and development and getting something up on its feet. Something I wanted to flag as well is that we have application support. If you're experiencing barriers in terms of writing an application, you can have alternative format. So if you wanted to submit in a video form, you can do that in a video format using the word counts. And you could send that to us as a link, a private link from either Vimeo or YouTube with a password. Otherwise the files would be very, very large. But you can also, if there's other ways you want to explore that, just get in touch with us. Our emails are on the guidelines, and just let us know what kind of barriers you're experiencing and how we could support you to overcome that. We can also provide a small bursary for a scribe or a producer to help you do your application. Something we always get asked about is the artistic stages. So I would say that this is quite, these awards are aimed at a particular moment in an artist's career or practice, and resourcing that. And it's really been based on looking at ways we can make connections in the community and looking at how we can support people outside of the production cycles and other awards that there are. And one of the things we are hearing is that it is really difficult, if you are an established artist, to find time out of that, to reflect, to reimagine, to have time to work on something else that's not studio based. And that's to buy a bit of time for you. And I think that's one of the reasons that we've shifted the criteria to, in terms of established artists, to have, you need to have at least 5 produced works in any venue or space, but 5 kind of professionally presented works. So that's kind of us indicating that you need to be at a particular stage in your career. And this has come from feedback that we've had from people who've been involved in the award over the years, and feeling that this is a very targeted area. We don't want to replicate what other people do, but we also want to think about resourcing the whole lifetime of an artist's career and giving sort of a valuable resource at a particular time. And that if you're strategically funded, this is not the award for you. You're excluded from the criteria, but it ranges from everyone who's as an independent artist or in receipt of arts grant funding as well. The mentoring. So early career artists are this is kind of the cohort that we're looking at in terms of the mentoring award. And just to say, it's not studio space. There's no studio space with the award. It's not bringing in someone as a kind of an outside eye into your work. It's not a dramaturgical role. But it really is about connecting you to an established artist who can give you a sounding board, guidance on your career as kind of a whole, as in a holistic way. And you may have particular questions that you need to ask. So this is something that's in the application, and it really helps the panel to understand why this would be of benefit to you right now. So it's in terms of having a focus, because it is quite focused. It's 7 hours with an established artist, and time resourced for you to spend that time with them, but also to reflect and buy some time for you to be able to take some time out to think about the future, and to think about things in a way that will give you perspective on how you're working and where you want to go with your career. We do a bit of matchmaking in this between the established artists and the early career artists, and you will see this in the form that both of them have questions. And so this is part of the panel assessment, is kind of making that match between an established artist. And so you're not applying to have your own mentor, but as part of the assessment process, we'll be matchmaking people as well. It's really important, I would say, this is just regarding the assessment process. You may be assessed by people who don't know you. We often have independent, we have always have somebody who is an artist on the panel, and we often have independents as well, people from another organization or another country. So don't assume that people know you. We do ask for supporting documentation, and this is really helpful in understanding who you are, where you've come from, the whole picture of you as an artist. So I would advise people to make sure that you send in the supporting documentation as well. And that includes an up-to-date CV and a detailed CV. It is the story of you and your artistic career. Think of it as another way of telling the story rather than just a document that has to be ticked. And you're free to add anything else, links to work, etc., that you feel is relevant for your application and to help us understand why this would benefit you at this particular time. Yeah, I'd also say in terms of the mentoring an established artist is that it be open for dialogue on how this can work. It's good to have a sense of focus about what you can get from the mentoring process, but it's also about being open to a dialogue as well. Rather than a very fixed process. We imagine, considering the time available, that a lot of it will be discursive. But there's also scope for you to use your member studio if you want to have some time with someone in a studio space, but it doesn't come with studio space. So both the Established Artist Award and the Mentoring Award are really about time outside the studio or research outside the studio as well. But we don't want to limit people too much, but it's just, I suppose, ring fencing this particular opportunity for you outside of all of the other kind of awards and productions that take up so much time, and to resource that time that you need to research and reflect and reimagine. That is all of my notes, I think. Yes, so maybe we can take a look at some questions. You could turn your cameras on for questions, I think. And you can raise a hand as well.
So I'm not seeing any questions in the chat, so I'm just going to allow you guys to unmute yourselves. So if anyone wants to jump in and call out anything you've been struggling with the application, or just anything you would like to have the chance to ask Louise or Sheila while they're here with you today, feel free to jump in.
Hi, Philippa.
Hi. I might have missed this on the website, but the application forms, can you download the questions? Sorry, I may have missed this. You know, because when you do it online, you can't see the full questions. You have to complete them. Is that, I might well have missed something that, you know.
If it's not coming up as download, I thought we had made it downloadable, but I will check that, Philippa. If not, you can email us and we'll send the questions to you so that you can work on it in a Word document.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks.
Any other questions?
Hey.
Anyone?
Sorry.
Hi.
I'll leave my camera off. That's okay.
That's okay. You don't have to turn it on you.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Actually, I don't think I would apply this year, but it's something I'm interested in the future. And I was curious if someone's in postgraduate education, if they can still apply during that time.
I'm looking at Sheila.
No, I don't think that's appropriate for this award. I think it's a tough one because I know that there's a body of work developed through postgraduate studies as well, but it is done within the frame of education, and we're really worth looking at focusing our resources as Dance Ireland and our Arts Council resources on the professional activities as well. So there is a very fine line. I appreciate that, but I think for this award, they can't be done within postgraduates. If somebody's in postgraduate studies or in university, unfortunately, they can't apply. But
Yeah,
thank you,
absolutely.
thank
That
you
makes
for that.
sense.
Thank you for that question. That's a really good one. We should put that in the FAQs. Really.
Oh, no problem. I was just, yeah, I didn't mean
Yeah.
actually within the related to the studies itself, but if someone's in
Yeah.
education, if it can overlap.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
fine.
It's a fine line when it comes to dance. I know. I get it.
Good. All right. Thank you.
Shun.
Hi, I have a quick question with the mentorship award. On the last question on how do you propose to use the award to invest in your learning from this process, is it helpful to answer that from a financing breakdown of the 500 fee, or is it more a question in terms of what you are hoping to learn from that process and how that will apply to your practice after?
I mean, we already know what you're going to spend the 500 on, and that's your time. So I would say this is really what is really useful for the panel to understand is how this is going to benefit your practice as you go forward, or how you hope this will benefit your practice, and how you want to integrate that into how you're thinking about your career in the future.
Amazing, thank you.
Yeah, just to add to that, I think it's important, and this goes to the Artistic Research Award. You know, when we say buying time, how you spend that money is up to you. You know, you could pay your rent with it, and that's fine as long as you get the time. You know that what the outcome of that is the time that you have spent investing in you and your research. You know, so that's it's buying time. We talk about it's very literally buying your time to invest in you.
Which is why we don't ask for a budget.
No, not for those two awards. We do for the Creative Production
Creation
Award.
awards, yeah.
Thank God, because my budgeting skills are crap.
Well, that's something we can always work on. That's a learned skill.
Just give us a call.
Give us a call.
Are there any other questions? Or I think anyone wants to pop into the chat, feel free to do, and I can call them out if anyone is feeling a bit nervous. You don't have to. I know this meeting's being recorded. You don't have to come on camera and come on off mute. You can pop in the chat, and I will read out questions for you.
No, I think that's everything then. If you do have any more questions, I think there's an email address, isn't there? Yeah.
There's an email address on the guidelines, which are published on the website. We'll pop the recording up and share that on our social media. And we will also pop up some FAQs as well. And please don't hesitate to get in touch with us if you have any questions. Yeah. Trying to think of any last things.
Well, no, I think we look forward to receiving your applications. Like I said, this is a great opportunity for us to learn about you as well. If we haven't connected in a while, you know, you know, we enjoy this process as much as you would, I would hope, in receiving the award. So look forward to receiving your applications. If you need support, again, we'll say, please ask for it. We want to make this as accessible as possible. If you feel that you need to submit an application in a different format, please ask us about that. We are absolutely open to those questions and requests. And there is a budget for access support, as Louise mentioned again. So please just ask it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.